back to my channel. It is currently Saturday. We're gonna do a bookish weekend of my life. I dedicate this whole weekend to book things, and I'm so excited. I feel like I've recently entered my reading era. I've always been in my reading era, but I'm like really into it right now. I work later today, so that'll have to take a pause, but the rest of today and tomorrow is gonna be like pretty much all book related. I found a couple bookstores in the town like over, and I want to go there and check it out. There's two, they're like really close to each other. Maybe we'll find a cute coffee shop to read at. First things first, we're gonna make a little smoothie. I've been up for a couple hours, but I have not eaten yet because I was reading and I was having an everything shower and getting ready for the day. Anyway, I can literally feel myself like fainting. So we're gonna go make a little smoothie. Yeah, I'm nutritious because I really cannot focus when I have no food in my system. Okay, we have arrived, and I'm really hoping that where I parked is I'm allowed to park here. That's the one thing I don't love about like going to these cute little coffee shops or bookstores or record stores. They're always off, like right off of a main street. So you either have to park on the street, which honestly there was some spots, but I was like, I'm not attempting that today. Or you have to park in like a parking lot, which sometimes it's not free, sometimes it is, sometimes you're not supposed to park there, and I never really know. I always look around for signs, and then like I look to see if the cars beside me have like a little ticket on it. None of them do, so I'm not gonna be here for very long, so hopefully it'll be fine, but fingers crossed and wish me luck. Let's go check out this cute bookstore. I'm excited. This book has been on my TBR for so long. Oh my gosh. Okay, one of my favorite books of all time. This whole series has a chokehold on me still to this day. I just came back. The car's still here, so that is a plus. It was pretty cute. There wasn't the biggest selection of books, but I feel like the best time to go to like little like chain bookstores is when you're not specifically looking for a book, you just want to go for like the vibes and browse, which is what I wanted to do today, so it was perfect for that. And attached to it was a little coffee shop that I did not go to, but I went in. I didn't order coffee from, but I did go in just to check it out. I love when bookstores have coffee shops attached to it. I think it's just perfect. What's better than reading your book with a cup of coffee? And then I left and I went down the street because when I was coming in, I passed what I thought was a coffee shop, but it's actually not. It's like a vintage studio. It was so cute. Let me just show you. The whole place was aesthetic. They had these like really cute greeting cards. So there were some Taylor Swift ones. There were some other like pop culture icon ones. There was candles. There was this one vanilla lavender candle that smelled amazing. Like I was very tempted to get it, but I didn't. The whole place was just so cute. I love finding stores like that. Like they had also the stickers that I like. Usually when I go away on trips, I get a sticker from each place. I don't know what the brand is. Most places have like the same kind of stickers. They had those there, which were super cute, but again, I didn't buy any. This is what I love about coming to small towns and things like this, is I can just spend like an hour going into these stores and not buy anything. Like it's just, I don't know, I just find it so fun. Speaking of stores, there's another bookstore that I want to go to that is in the next town over, so it's not that far from here. I go there to check it out, and maybe there'll be a little coffee shop in that area. I still do want to go to a coffee shop just to read for a bit. Anyway, let's go to the next spot. Okay, so update. I went looking for the bookstore and I pulled up and it was just not there. I looked at the map to make sure that I was in the right area, to see like what was supposed to be around it, to make sure that I was in the right spot. Things that were supposed to be around it were there, but this place was just not. I didn't see any sign of a bookstore. There was a building that looked like it had been abandoned, like there was no sign on it or anything, so I don't know if that's where it used to be. But then there was also this other building that was like down the hill a bit and like way back, so I'm like, maybe that's it, but like it's kind of weird that it's all the way down there. I can't see a sign. I'm not going down there alone, so I just decided to come back towards where I live and go to one of my favorite coffee shops. I'm really hoping it's not packed though, because I just went to pull into the parking lot and there was no spots, so I had to drive around for a bit. I was not ready to try my hand at parallel parking today, even though there's actually not even any space anyway. But yeah, I found a space and I'm gonna go. This is also the area where that record store that I went to in one of my previous vlogs is, and I'm very tempted to go there, but I'm going to decide that after I have some coffee and read, because I just don't know that I have the willpower to stop myself from buying a record if I see one that I want, and I haven't kind of fully decided if I want to spend my money on that today or not. I do have to work later tonight, so I need to go home, like at some point because I have to get ready and get my stuff together. Right now though, we're just gonna go caffeinate and read at this cute little coffee shop that I'm really hoping is not packed. Okay, so I made the decision that I'm gonna go to the record store, so I'm just gonna drop off my book in my car and then go. I'm back now. That coffee shop, I love going to that coffee shop. It's so cute. It wasn't busy. There was like a little tea party happening like in like one of the corners, but other than that, it was like I was the only person in there, so it was super nice. I read some of my book, had coffee, then I went to the record store. I'm actually so proud of myself. I didn't buy anything. I was close, but I didn't. They did have 1989, but it was more expensive. Then I was looking at the CDs, and there was a Jonas Brothers CD, the Happiness Begins one. I almost bought it because it was like $10, but I'm like, no, that's literally not what you came here for, so we're not getting that today. Honestly, just going to the record store, like there were some other people in there, and it's just fun, you know, browsing through records, seeing what they have. I had 2 One Direction ones too, which I've never seen the Made in the AM one, but that's not what I came for today, so I'm like, I'm not getting it. I feel like I just had the most romanticized afternoon ever, and I spent literally less than $5. I love that. I love that for me. Like, I just had a really good afternoon. We will continue this bookish. I feel like this is turning more into like a romanticize my weekend kind of weekend, not just bookish, but anyway, we'll figure it out. We'll figure out how we're defining this later, but I think that's probably going to be all the filming for today, so I will see you tomorrow. Morning, we are back. Happy Sunday. I started this morning just by doing my morning routine. I read personal development every single morning, and I try to read at least 10 pages or a chapter depending how long the chapters are, just so that I can kind of start the day off with like some good mindset stuff to put myself in the right headspace for the day. But I'm really excited to spend the rest of the day reading this. I really want to finish it. I don't know if I mentioned this yesterday. I think I did. But I'm rereading it, so I've actually already read it. I know what's going to happen and stuff. But it's kind of funny because I feel like I like it more this time than I did the first time, which I feel like never happens. Usually when you reread a book, it's not as good as you remember. But I really want to finish this today because I want to get to the next book. We all know. The next one, The Court of Mist and Fury, is definitely the best if you're Team Recent. This is my little makeshift reading corner. I just like stacked all my pillows. Can you even see that? Usually I have to like move them around a bit to make it so that it's like comfortable enough to sit against, but today it was perfect, so I think today was literally just meant to be a day for reading. I do have to wash my like sheets and laundry stuff, so I'm probably gonna have to move reading corners at some point during today's vlog, but anyway. I think I can totally finish this today. I'm on page 249 of like 4 or something. Honestly, I feel like I can finish it. Yeah, let's dive in. This is like a bit of a spoiler, so if you haven't read this series yet but you want to read it, skip this part. When I first read this book, I already knew about Recent because I was on Book Talk enough to know that people were always talking about him and how he was like that guy. Like him and Aaron Warner, like were the 2 people that everyone was always talking about, but I hadn't read the Charmy series at this point. And so I knew that Recent was the guy, that guy. So when I was reading this and I was introduced to Tamlin, I was like, who the heck is this? Because obviously he's not staying long. I'm at the part where like she's leaving and like saying I love you is like on the tip of her tongue because he said it, and then she's going to say it back but doesn't. And now I'm just reading this like, ugh, like please, I know this isn't gonna last long. Let's get past this because I want to get to the part where we actually get to the guy that loves you. Okay, so I put my laundry in and I had a nice little shower, so I'm in a different outfit. I'm moving reading locations because it's just not the same, like sitting on like a heap of pillows that don't have pillowcases on them and no blanket. It's just not as comfortable and cozy and, you know, cute. Since I'm gonna sit out there on the couch, this blanket, because this one is clean and I want it. And I'm gonna continue reading this. I also think I'm gonna make a matcha though, because I feel like, or not a matcha, latte? But I'm gonna make something, a cute little drink. Also, this hoodie, like my favorite hoodie to read in. I don't know, I just put up and I start reading my book and I'm like in a completely different zone. You know, it's about to be a good reading session when this hoodie comes on. Let's go make a little drink and then let's read. I think I can finish it in like the next sitting because then I can start. Okay, this part where Alice is like explaining everything to Fair, like explaining the curse and all of that, and like how somebody who had hatred for their kind has to fall in love with a fairy and all that stuff, and then like they had masks bound to their face because it would be harder to distinguish beauty and all that. It reminds me so much of Beauty and the Beast, and when I read this the first time, like there were so many parallels to that story that I was thinking of, and then when I went on to Goodreads to rate it after, I realized that was like kind of, it was supposed to have like a Beauty and the Beast-esque like allure to it, and it does. Just like thinking about like all the people in the castle that, all the like the people that were turned into like things in the castle, and like how like a human had to fall in love with the beast and everything like that, and that there's a time limit. It's just so Beauty and the Beast coded. I love it. I love it. Not have gotten sidetracked with a little show called One Tree Hill and Chad McMurray.
It's the way it is.
Or the way it was.
Yeah.
5 episodes later, I decided, okay, maybe it's time to go back to reading. So we are still at the same place that we were at the end of the last little video. I have about 100 pages to go, which honestly, like, I feel like 100 pages just isn't a lot, so in my head I'm like, okay, I can still finish this before I go to bed. I probably won't be starting A Court of Mist and Fury in this video, but that's okay. We'll save that for another day. I think I'm just gonna read for the rest of the night because it's literally almost time for bed now. Sometimes you just gotta roll with it, and I felt like watching a show, so I watched a show. And now I feel like reading before bed, so we're gonna do that. I finished it! I actually lied, it was more than 100 pages. It was like 125 pages or something like that. I did it, I finished it. A full book review will be coming in the March reading wrap-up episode of my podcast, but I will just say this now. It was better the second time that I read it. The first time I read it, I gave it 4 stars, and right now it's sitting at 5. Which is super surprising and actually makes me really excited for Court of Mist and Fury, because when I read that book the first time, it was 5 stars. If this was like a whole star rating higher after I read it the second time, I can't imagine how much more I'm gonna like that one. Like, the rating's gonna be off the chart. I'm looking forward to that. I think we're gonna end the video here because it is almost midnight. That means the weekend is over. So that is it for this. If you like this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. And if you want to see more, hit that subscribe button. I appreciate you watching this video, and I can't wait to see you in my next one. Chat soon. Bye!